Welcome to Organize Zen Now. My name is Janie Downey. Thank you so much for joining me here today. So Organize Zen is about getting to your best work, the work that's buried somewhere deep in your heart and you're trying to get to, but maybe you haven't gotten to it yet. And it's doing it in a Zen way, which is not stressing yourself out. It's trying to figure out ways that work really well for you. And I'm offering advice on a lot of different fronts. And today I'm going to shift into taking care of your precious self, which is a huge part of getting stuff done. If this content is helpful to you, please like, please share, and please subscribe so that other people can also find this same advice. Okay, so if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of the world, right? And you're trying to get to your best work. Here's a great quote to start this off. This is from Thich Nhat Hanh. If we take good care of ourselves, we take care of everyone. We stop being a source of suffering to the world, and we become a reservoir of joy and freshness. So what I think is really cool with that is sometimes things can be so overwhelming. You think, oh, I really want to have a big impact, or I want to have an impact on the world. And this is just saying, take it back to yourself. Take care of yourself, and you have this own little universe. And then you can bring that joy and freshness to the world when you're feeling better. Okay, so to me, health covers a lot of things, taking care of your precious self. So if I asked you right now and I said, you feel healthy, you're probably thinking about what you eat, and how much exercise you get. And that's where most people stop. But I also deeply believe that the amount and the quality of sleep we get is also vital to how your brain health is and how you feel every day, which is a huge impact on whether you can get stuff done. And the other part, if you've been watching these at all, is contemplation, meditation, spending some time each day thinking and just being quiet, because we are just in a busy, 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 go, go, go world. And it's very healthy to take a break and to just be quiet. And so I'm advocating that as well. But I'm going to start off today talking about food. So I've been talking about decluttering, and food is a way to say, okay, is it time to declutter your system? So food, the biggest piece to me, I don't care what you eat, I don't care when you eat, the quantities you eat, but you should know what it is that you're eating. And most people don't know. So I started following a food blog years and years ago. It's called The Food Babe by this woman, Vanna Hari. And she was a huge advocate for reading labels. And I thought, what could possibly be in a label? And then the next time I was at the store, before I put something in my basket, I thought, well, I'll just read the label. And she advocates to say, if you don't know what's in it, don't put it in your body. So there are so many additives and so many preservatives and coloring in food that aren't great for you. And what I think is interesting with this is the FDA regulates additives, but there are so many additives that come on the market. They're considered safe until the FDA can get to them, because there's more than they can possibly get to. And the other thing that the FDA can't do for you that you might feel like, oh, they're taking care of it, is they're going to analyze the additives in one box of a mix or one container of something. But they don't know whether you're eating 4 of those a day, or if you've got the same additive that's in a lot of different foods that you're eating. There's no way they can regulate how much of that you're putting in your system. And the thing that I think's been interesting with that recently is really they're starting to really look at the packaging to say, if you have a box of crackers that are sealed inside a plastic bag on the inside, or cereal, that plastic is leaching into the food that you have. And, we have more weird symptoms and things that are coming up as, in societies that you'd think we should be eliminating health issues, but we haven't been. And people are still dying of cancer, and they're getting weird cancers earlier now. So those additives are super important. And the one way that you can really look to that is to say, before I put it in my mouth, let me read what's on the label. Another part of that is when you eat out, you trust a restaurant to say, well, this tastes really good, but look online if you're wondering what it is that you're eating. If there's someplace that you go a lot, they're required to let you know what the ingredients are. So take a look at it, and you might be surprised. Here's a bad surprise. So the first time I was reading Vanna Hari's blog, The Food Babe, terrible name for a blog, but it was super helpful. She's advocating reading the labels. I read the labels on Ritz crackers, and I used to eat a lot of Ritz crackers. I love Ritz crackers. And when I read the label, there were additives in there and food coloring that I had no idea. And so I had to take them from my basket and put them back on the shelf. And then what's interesting is if you start to look at ingredients lists, the longer the list, the scarier it gets. But there's certain foods that are interesting. So like if you love corn chips and you read Fritos, there's only like 3 or 4 ingredients in Fritos. If you read Doritos, there's like 24 ingredients. They've got every color of food coloring. So it helps you make a choice then as well. Like if you want to have corn chips, read the different packages. It will take you a little time at the store, but read the packages and figure out which one has the least amount of added ingredients. If you're interested in reading more on food health, Michael Pollan has a series of books, and they cover a lot of different topics. But he's a huge advocate. It's Pollan, Michael Pollan. He's a huge advocate of shopping the edges of the store. So if you think about it, produce sections, meat, cheeses, there's less additives to those than anything that's in a box or a can. And you're safer with that. You may not be safer for other reasons, but you're going to have fewer additives in your food. But the one way you're going to find out is look at the ingredients. The other thing is to think about foods that are marketed. So you don't see a lot of ads for apples or bananas because there's not a lot of manufacturing, so there's not a lot of markup on those. But if there's one single ingredient in a package, which is an orange skin or is a banana peel, that's a healthier choice for you. That's a whole food and better for you, and then better to figure out if that's healthy for you. So the other part about figuring out what's healthy for you is, so now you know what's in the ingredients, but you also, it's super helpful to recognize what food does to your system. So I'm really weird about food, and the foods I eat, a lot of people wouldn't even want to eat. But I've tracked this over time to say, if I eat this food, does it make me feel fuzzy? Does it make me feel tired? Does it make me feel edgy? Does it make me feel, for a while I was eating a lot of pita bread sandwiches when I worked at LL Bean, and my jaw was always clicking, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got that thing that makes your jaw always click. And then I shifted away from pita bread, and it just magically went away. So it was one thing. And then the other thing that I think is amazing is that people will say, oh yeah, every time I eat Italian, I have to take, I have acid reflux from that. So then they take drugs to say, I can get rid of it from that. And I'm an advocate to say, you know what, if it doesn't sit well with you, it's not just that, like it's your whole system that maybe you're hurting. So pay attention to that as well. Pay attention to your body. We're very good at ignoring our body saying, this is a symptom when you eat this. Okay, so it's very straightforward advice, 2 pieces of things. So your activity out of this. One is, next time you're at the store, don't get stuff until you've read the list of ingredients. And if you choose to still buy things that have a lot of ingredients you don't understand, you got your phone right there. Look them up and see if you feel comfortable with that. And then recognize that things add up over time. The other sort of piece out of that is to go through what's in your kitchen. So you may have stuff that's in your refrigerator that you think, boy, isn't this great? This has lasted forever. But that means there's a lot of preservatives in whatever it is that's lasted forever. So look and see what you already have. And maybe there's some stuff in your cabinets or in your refrigerator that it's time to get rid of because it's lasted too long. There's too many preservatives in it. Okay, and then the other action out of this is to think about that again, that impact of certain foods on your system. So this one is going to take a little bit of time. So you're going to either use pad and paper, or you're going to use a big art book, whatever works for you. But the place that you are now putting things to say, this is stuff that I'm really thinking about, is to do a food diary. And you don't have to do this forever. I've done it forever, but you don't have to do it forever. But just track your food for a week, and you're not limiting anything. You're not cutting anything out. You're just saying, here's what I ate for breakfast, what the pieces are of that, and how did I feel? Did this make me feel energized? Did it make me feel logy? Did it give me acid? What did I have for lunch? What did I have for dinner? And then just track for the week. And when you get to the end of the week, look back through and see if you can find patterns. I have trouble with sugar and acidic food. So I tracked for a long time before I could figure out what was making my mouth hurt. But a food diary is your best way to do that. Okay, I hope this is helpful. We are taking care of your precious self. And if this is helpful to you, please like, please share, and please subscribe to this channel. And please come back and see me again. We'll talk about food some more. Okay, bye.